I'm sitting here out of the corner of
Christ.
my eye. I'm watching some of the stuff from the Masters, and it just, as a golf fan, which I am, I'm a really old golf fan who watched golf in black and white when I was younger. Um, I'm so old that you're the second Ludovicus I've ever met. One of my best friends in the world years ago, his son is named Ludovicus. And
Okay.
he's American, by the way. But when I'm watching the
Wow.
Masters, you have provided
Yeah.
so many memories to all of us fans in golf, and you're not there this year. I think you're one of three guys who we all consider kind of been snubbed a little bit by the establishment, if you will, for not being there. You and your teammate Dean and Taylor Gooch, obviously. Um, does it hurt to sit at home this week and not be there?
It sucks. Like that's the nicest way to put it. It's like I always say 2009 was my first event. And I played it for 15 years and Charles was texting me Monday night. He says, I can't believe I'm going to have a practice round without you, first time in 15 years. So, I think we played every par three together. Um, so, I mean, look, it I knew the risks of joining Live with world in regards with world ranking points. So I knew it was going to happen. I knew the day was going to come. To be honest with you, the stage I am in my career and life with a family is that I'm not, um, and there's no disrespect to, I'm not really bothered about the US Open or the PGA Championship. It's nothing against the tournaments. It's great tournaments, great majors, but I felt like I've played loads of them and was very happy playing them. But the Open and the Masters to me was always the two that stood out for me. And you know, I'm fortunate enough to play the Open till I'm 60, and that's a tournament I love. But the not playing the Masters stings. It's sort of your mind goes into, okay, what can I do to to get there again? But I don't think there is a way to get there again. I've won two events end of last year, played pretty decent this year. The only way is if they provide more invites. That's probably the only way I think any of us on Live gonna come in. I'm just, it's mind-boggling to me that there's not more steps being done to get, everyone always talks about getting the top players together and major events. Everyone that's playing really or decent at the time and is top golfers should be playing in all the majors. I don't think well, I think most of us think that or knows that the world ranking isn't the world ranking anymore. I don't know what you want to call it, but I think it's got to come to a stage where major championships should take control and give spots to each tour, whether it's Asian Tour, Sunshine Tour, Australasian Tour, um, European Tour, PGA Tour, and give spots to them. Um, that end of each season, Live might get 12 spots, European Tour might get 20, PGA Tour might get 50, or whatever it might be the numbers. But that way you get each guys from each year that really played well in 2023, and they're playing in 24 and all the majors, and you can still have other qualifications, but the world ranking system is just it's laughable. I mean, I don't see how any of the Live players in a year, 2 or 3, um, can get back into any top 50 in the world. I mean, right now, I don't even know where a guy like DJ is. I don't even know where his world ranking is at the moment. I think he's way out there. Um,
218 or something
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
and the guy's been what in the top 10 for how long in his career?
He
Top 10 or
still
15
is.
or
He still
something.
is top 10 player.
So
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just, and we all, it's nothing to do with the decision we made. We all knew it's going to happen, but surely you cannot tell me that the strength of fields we have right now on Live can take on anyone in the world, any tour. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's fine for now because those guys, the guys that's playing from Live now, they still have the exemptions. But what's going to happen in a year's time? What's going to happen in
Yeah.
2 years' time? So somewhere it's going to run out where no one's going to be eligible unless you won the major. You're not going to be eligible to play, and something needs to be done somehow. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just thinking of guys like Abe Anser, Joaquin Neiman, Caleb Surratt, the new youngsters, Jakara. You know, these are guys that they have to play majors. I mean, I've had my stint in majors, and I'm grateful for them, and I had a great uh, career with majors. I had my chances, but it will be sad to see good young players that plays on Live that don't have a future playing in majors. And you know, you can take your hat off for Augusta for giving Joaquin an invite. I think no one deserved it more than him to play this week. But there's still others that should be there. So hopefully all the boys can come together and find a solution. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what tour you play. Major championships, the best in the world at that stage should be playing.
Can you still win a major if you had access?
I think so. When it comes to a major, my mindset is is pretty spot on for the week. I always felt like I had a good sort of good preparation going into a major. What I would do a week before, and would see my coach a similar time, and would do a few things. And the biggest thing with major championship, I always feel is patience, is knowing when to do certain things, and I think being so long in the game, and that's one thing that I've learned is never get down on yourself and never give up. Just keep on playing, keep on going. It will come, and go through your process and do your thing. And if you prepare well for it, you'll be fine when you come under pressure. And I'm when I get to I'm excited about the Open this year. I will try my best to prepare like I used to prepare for majors, and it's exciting to play that tournament. But yeah, I feel like I can definitely win another major.
Yeah, I think one of the young players to be added on that list was David Puig. I mean, he won a couple of times on the international
Yeah,
series. He's certainly one of the most talented young players, and hopefully we'll see him at the majors because I do
and
think
and he's
that's
making
the
it. I
future, isn't
mean,
it?
the guys are making efforts to play in
Mm-hmm.
other tournaments, but unfortunately, with the world ranking system,
Yeah.
you get no points. I mean, if you don't play basically in a PGA event, you're not really going to get points that make a difference.
I made
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
I made that point last week on the air. I called it. I mean that the establishment still has the nerve to call the OWGR the official World Golf Rankings when it is absolutely nothing more than the PGA Tour rankings. Because every weighting change they've had for the last decade has only favored one tour and taken away from everybody else. It's almost impossible to play your way into the top 50 of the OWGR without being on the PGA Tour, and from that point, it's very difficult to play your way out. Yeah, no,
It's almost
it's
That
impossible to
laughable.
play your way out of the
Yeah,
top 50 if you're playing on the
yeah.
PGA Tour.
didn't you call it the FedEx Cup rankings, Jerry? I think that's
It
what you
is.
called it at one
It
point.
is the FedEx
Yeah.
Cup ranking. It's PGA Tour rankings. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody's culpable in it right now, but it's the last piece of leverage that I call it the establishment. Basically, it's Jay Monahan. and the four majors have a seat on that. But they're always going to be the ones taking the back seat and not being the ones at the forefront of adoption and change. But yeah, it's one entity controls that, and I
It's
feel
a
bad for
joke.
Peter Dawson, who's
Yeah.
the chairman of the OWGR, because he seems to be completely powerless in doing the right thing for the game of golf, for the majors themselves. The majors, people are going to make fun of the asterisk. I've said it long before Taylor Gooch said it. They are asterisk majors this year, in my opinion, if they don't have their best fields, and they're not going to have their best fields this year. And if it continues down this path, like Louis just articulated, they're going to get more and more laughable as time goes on. People can make fun of that all they want. It's the absolute truth.
Louis, can I ask you, because like you said, you've played it pretty much every Masters since 2009. Have they reached out to you at all?
Um, they have, but do you know this? Is that what you're asking? No, they invited me as a guest because
Okay.
of being a major champion as a guest, which um I mean, which is great to go as a guest. But played it. I played it so many times. I don't think I can just be a guest and stand there. And I think I can go and play the par three though, because
Uh-huh.
I'm a major champion and I won the par three actually in 2010. I won the par three.
What'd you shoot?
Um, I think 5 under, four or
Yeah,
5 under.
Mm.
that's what Ricky
I
shot
didn't
today.
even know
Man.
that stage. I didn't even know it was a jinx. So um, I won that. I think I missed the cut, but I won the Open the same year. So I'm like, no, it wasn't a jinx. If you win it there, you win it. Yeah. No, but
By the way,
I was reached out to be a guest, and it was just there was no way of me to just go
yeah,
there
that'll be
and
tough.
just
That'll
walk
be
around.
tough.
I would have it would have
Yeah.
driven me insane.
Yeah, fair enough. By the way, that photo behind you, that looks like the 16th of the
Oh
Masters.
yeah,
Was that the year? Was that the year you had a hole in one?
that's no, that's 16. That's actually me and Dutchy there. If you can there. That's me and Dutchy reading the putt on 16. So I've got Shawl up here actually. I think that's Shawl there. Yeah, yeah. So I've got the. This is sort of all the master stuff. I thought it would be appropriate to sit here. Um, so yeah, but yeah, thanks for
Uh,
bringing that up. I just got over that. Losing the playoff, but thanks for bringing that up. So a funny story. What happened in Miami? So Abe's caddy's
Benji. Yeah.
brother-in-law, yeah, Benji's brother-in-law came up to me and he said, oh, actually Benji came up to me. He says, Louis, I've got something I want you to sign, but you're not gonna like it. So I'm like, what can something be that you don't like to sign? So it was the playoff scorecard of 2012 at Augusta,
Oh no.
and me and Baba to sign it.
Oh.
And the worst thing is, whoever did the scoring spelled my last name so wrong. It was so, and then I signed it, and Sunday, it was Sunday morning we signed it, and walking. Benji I walked past Benji, past the fireballs, and he gave it to me. And he asked me before, so I signed it. And then Brandon and everyone just looked at Benji, like, that's just wrong, Benji. I mean, come on, man. But yeah,
Oh
I
no.
think it's a pretty nice thing for his brother-in-law to have. But yeah, it was brought
Not
back
not
some
so nice for
memories.
you to sign it.
Yeah, just
how'd they
like you're
spell your
bringing
name?
up this picture. It was
How'd
like
they?
Osterher. HER, the ER. Everyone always puts Oosterhuis. Like when Peter Oosterhuis, they put
Yeah.
Oosterhuis.
Well,
And it's not even kind of close.
what's funny
So,
is I worked with Peter for a lot of years, and a lovely, lovely man, the legend that he is, and I wish him and Ruthie the best still to this day. But he was always convinced you pronounced your name incorrectly. He always thought it was
oh really?
Westhazen, Westhazen.
Oh no, it's Oosthuizen.
Yeah.
Oosthuizen.
Okay. So
Well,
he was
otherwise
right.
my parents taught me wrong.
No,
Otherwise
so he was right. He
yeah.
was right. It's just we've Americanized it so much,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
What's
Oosthuizen.
you do have one of the, I would say, the harder last name to pronounce. I mean, if you go global, I mean, you talk about traveling around the world and
I've
having your
heard
name
it all.
being. I wanted to ask, because you've traveled all around the world. What's the funniest, literally the funniest pronunciation of your last name that you've ever
So
experienced?
I mean Westenhausen. So the funniest one was in China, which was I was around 2006 and 7 playing European Tour, and I played with James Kingston. And we got to the first hole, and the lady just went into a, like, when she saw this last name, she just went into like quiet. It was Louise. That was it. And James couldn't tee off because he was laughing so much. And then one of the funniest ones I had was I played in Spain, and this was still back in the day. I think it was a Challenge Tour event. I played in Spain, and we've Republic of South Africa, so it's RSA behind our name. So I get on the tee, and the guy goes, and next on the tee, Louis Oosthuizen, and I'm like, I look at him and says, from Russia. So he got my name perfect, and then he gets RSA from Russia. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Funny. I got to tell you
That's
a quick
great.
sidebar. Funniest one I ever heard. And he's a guy who I'm sure you know, and if you do know him, you love him. John McGinnis. He used to play the tour. Now he's a commentator. But his last name isn't spelled like a normal McGinnis. It's Maginnes. And he was playing in a tour event. I think he was playing with Bill Glasson, former college teammate of mine. And the first tee announcer said, next on the tee, John Maginnis. And I guess nobody, nobody, nobody could hit a shot.
Yeah. And that's with Giants.
John Maginnis.
Oh,
Oh, he's gonna kill me for sharing that on this.
Oh shit, that is so funny. Oh my
man.
god.